Thank you, Senator Whitehouse.
Thanks very much, Chairman. Thanks very much for doing this hearing. I think it's very useful. I want to welcome and thank all of the witnesses. Ms. Woods, I'm sorry that this has become so personal for you. There's really not much that is worse than what you have been through, and I really admire that you've come here to talk about it, because it can't be easy, and I'm grateful to you. And Ms. Smolar, as a former United States attorney, I'm always impressed by the assistant United States attorney who did the real work, and I'm delighted that you are here. And Ms. Coffin, thank you for your wonderful advocacy. I want to pick up a little bit on where I understand Senator Graham was with respect to getting rid of Section 230. I strongly believe that Section 230 has long outlived its use, and it is now a real vessel for evil that needs to come to an end. The laws that Section 230 protects these big platforms from are very often laws that go back to the common law of England that we inherited when this country was initially founded. I mean, these are long-lasting, well-tested, important legal constraints that they've met the test of time, not by the year or by the decade, but by the century. And yet, because of this crazy Section 230, these ancient and highly respected doctrines just don't reach these people. And it really makes no sense that if you're an internet platform, you get treated one way, you do the exact same thing, and you're a publisher, you get treated a completely different way. And so I think that the time has come. I think it's pretty widely known that there were a core 4 of us ready to proceed with a bipartisan bill, 2 and 2, and a lot of work, important work, good work, valuable work has gone into making sure that other members of the committee and other members of the Senate have a chance to look at that and decide whether they want to join or not. And I'm at the stage right now where I think we just need to go. We just need to file that bill and start moving. And everybody else can make up their decision whether they want to join or not. But continuing to delay while people deliberate whether to join or not, everybody's had plenty of time. I think this is fish or cut bait time. So I hope very much that we can proceed. I hope it's more than core 4. I hope it's core 8 or core 10 or core 12 or perhaps even unanimous on the committee. But it really makes no sense. And stories like Ms. Woods and like the story of the Rhode Island family that was affected show how alone and stranded people are when they don't have the chance to even get justice. It's bad enough to have to live through the tragedy. It's bad enough to have to bear for the rest of your life that loss. But to be told by a law of Congress, you can't get justice because of the platform, not because the law's wrong, not because the rule's wrong, not because this is anything new, simply because the wrong type of entity created this harm. And, I look at what was done with the lawsuit by the Connecticut families whose children were killed in grade school, and the accountability of a loudmouth for having whipped up the false theory that that whole thing was a fake, was staged, that they were props, that their children weren't actually killed. You're never going to make that get better for those parents, but at least they know that the world listened. They at least know that they got the chance in an honest courtroom, and they at least know that they got a victory out of it. They got a win. And the person responsible for that really vile misconduct had to face an enormous, enormous civil judgment that he's still being pursued over. And that's not nothing. So that's my statement, and let's hope that we can finally get this 230 thing moving in this committee. Thank you.